Tarleton fans. Byron Anderson here for another edition of To The Point. And we have episode 14 coming for you today. And our interviewee is Tarleton football running back Khalil Banks. Khalil is a transfer student from Trinity Valley, a place that has lately been a pipeline for Tarleton football players the last couple of years, helping Tarleton to a number of championships. And Khalil did so last year as he had an impressive season that was shortened somewhat by an injury. But during that time, he had 112 rushing attempts, racked up 644 yards, and 9 touchdowns in that time. Also added 7 catches for 53 yards out of the backfield and had a career-high 168 rushing yards on 11 attempts in the home opener against Doane a little over a year ago. Mr. Banks, welcome to The Point. We appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you for having me. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Just excited about a football season and a schedule that should be coming out. But we wanted to talk to you today before we talk about that. Kick things off by talking about how you got to Tarleton. I know you had another number of schools interested in you, not just coming out of high school, but also coming out of junior college. Can you talk about how you got to Tarleton State?
It was what I can say, it's been a long road, long path. Had a lot of adversity in my life, kind of just like football, Not only on the field, I've had a lot of adversity also off the field. And yeah, out of high school, I was pretty highly recruited, and then just didn't make it out with the grades and stuff. And I was supposed to go to Colorado State, but I ended up going to Trinity Valley JUCO, one of the top JUCOs, the best JUCO in my opinion in the nation. Under Brad Smiley had a great little run there, and played there for a couple of years, and then I had some looks there as also at the next level, and then I ran into some trouble, wrong crowd, learned from your mistakes, and then that's when I had a couple of buddies go to Tarleton State, Prince Robinson, as you all know, 24, great PR, and then we got Blake Daniels and a couple of my good guys from my JUCO. And yeah, they hit me up and they were asking what I was up to, and I was getting ready to go to a D1 school, but I had to get my grades right. So I was at home living with my granny, and then my guy hit me up, Blake and PR hit me up, and they I talked to Coach Tate, great recruiting coach Tate, and I'm a Tarleton Texan. And I've been here, and ever since, just been running with it.
Well, literally running with it. You had impressive numbers last year. Like I said, 9 touchdowns, 112 carries. That's almost a touchdown every 10 carries, which is really impressive. And, of course, you had that big game against Doane. Can you talk about just fighting through the ankle injury last year? You came back to the playoff game. Just that kind of, I think, is a new thing for you. You've not been injured very much. But I thought you did a good job of fighting through it and still getting the job done.
With the injuries, that's the part of football. I feel like whenever you start day one, you're never going to be as healthy as you are from day one once you start football. And that's just the sport of football and just how physicality of it. But it was tough down the stretch because I felt like right when I got going, got my mojo going, because it's my first time back playing football in 2 years. So when I got the groove going back and getting out there and back to physically hitting, I got hurt the Commerce game. Right midway through season, game 5, it was a pretty downhill battle, rehabbing, staying in there with Big Luke, and just getting right week in and week out.
You talk about start of practice this year. You move on, and you got a lot of big things coming on, but it's kind of different now this year, I guess. Probably since you were a little kid, you've played football in the fall every year. This time it's going to be in the spring. Can you talk about what practice has been like during this time, and is it different for you because you're not going to play till the spring?
It's been very, very different, very changing times, around with COVID and everything going around. But one thing I like is our coaching staff, Coach Whitten. He's been doing a real great job of keeping us in the loop of things and keeping us prepared. And we've always just been Coach Whitten and Coach Cole, the strength staff. That's what we've been working with a lot over this time as Coach Cole and strength staff and Coach Wooden. I feel like they did a great job being flexible, not only with us and like helping us, but letting us do what we need to do to be successful and to get things done during this time, but also getting good scheduling and nice stuff like that. You know.
Have you noticed any difference with the move to Division One? Have you noticed any changes yet?
Yeah, it's a couple of slight changes. I feel like, really, to be honest, we were a lot of players to speak for it. I feel like we were already a D1 program before we were even while we were D2. Coach Cole himself, he is a Division One. He was once a Division One strength coach. So I feel like on the strength conditioning side of it, we were already the training and working out like D1 athletes. It's just our time to go on that D1 level and show the nation what Tarleton's about, you know, and continue the dominance we've been doing.
What do you think about playing in the spring, man? Are you excited about it?
I mean, I feel like that's my job as a football player. I mean, just not even necessarily as a football player, but as a student athlete, is just to be very flexible. And whenever I'm ready whenever I'm ready to play ball, whenever they say to play ball, I'm just ready to go out there and stay ready 365 days. That's the type of guy I am. So we play in the spring, we play in December, whenever I'm be ready.
Well, we'll be ready to watch too. I promise you, we're ready for some Texan football. Byron Anderson here with Khalil Banks, running back for your Tarleton State Texans. Let's talk about some things away from the field a little bit. My understanding is you have a couple months ago a new addition to the family. Can you talk about the little one that you've got now?
Yes, sir. Just recently, 4 months ago, I had a daughter, Legend Rain Banks. Big girl. She was 9 pounds when she was born. Pretty big girl. She's been a very big change in my life, but it's been the best thing that happened to me. Fatherhood's the best thing. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Seeing somebody else in another body that looks like you. I call her my twin. But yeah, it's been a pretty good ride. It's changed me a lot. I feel like it's changed me for the best. You know, getting me ready for the next step in life and getting me ready for the real world and me preparing to graduate college coming up here soon in the spring and seeing what's holding up to me in the future. So I love the experience. It's a great experience. I love my baby girl, and I can't wait to see what comes.
Well, it's good to hear. As in the next year or so, your college career will be over, but I believe you have some dreams to maybe to play afterwards. Do you have thoughts about playing professionally, possibly?
Yes. I feel like I feel like from the position I put myself and the work I put in, right now it's a great platform. Next year we're gonna have a really great schedule these next couple of seasons, and I'm in a great position. And really the ball's in my hand, the ball's in my court. So I feel like if I know the work that I've put in. I'm just gonna let it show these next couple of seasons, and let the rest take care of the rest. If it's meant to be, it is.
We also talked a little bit. You have interest in getting into the area that I am. You would like to be an athletic director one day. I know you're business minded. Can you talk about why you want to do that?
Yes. I've for the longest. When I started, I wanted to be my degree. I wanted to be a sports agent. I wanted to be my own sports agent. That was my goal and my dream for the longest. But I feel like I've been like not even necessarily business minded. I've just been an entrepreneur throughout the years. I've never comfortable. I've never been comfortable working a 9 to 5. I just feel like that's not meant for me. And the way I was raised is you don't settle. So I don't want to settle. And I'm about to get my degree, and I feel like the best thing that will fit me is because I love all sports. I just don't love football because I played a lot of sports in high school, and I just played sports a lot throughout my life. But I feel like I just love sports in general, and I feel like I'll be great at directing all type of sports, and that's my dream is to be an athletic director, and not only just be elite in just one sport, but I want to create my own franchise and my own director.
Oh, wow.
And have an elite organization in all sports.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. Uh, we talked a little bit about, the preview to this, about things you've done in the past and different interests that you've had. You're quite the swimmer, from what I understand. Used to be a lifeguard at Hawaiian Falls. You ever save anybody's life?
I've jumped in there a couple of times. It was I want to say my sophomore year of high school. When I just came to the colony, moved to the colony, and over there I had a Hawaiian Falls off 121. I was a lifeguard there for about a year and a half, 2 years. It's a pretty great experience. Long hot days, long shifts, but it was also a nice little experience. But I saved a couple of people here and there, not too bad. But yeah, it was a great experience.
Well, good. It's good to know you have that talent if somebody needs it sometime when you guys. Hey, we got to about have to wrap things up here, but I thought we'd do one thing a little bit different, and it's something I haven't done before, and I think you're going to get the first opportunity to do this, and maybe we'll do it more with people. But I do the radio play-by-play for the games, and Banks is a great name for touchdowns. There's so many different ways that you could say that somebody named Banks scored. So I thought that maybe I would go over a couple of the ones that I kind of have in mind for you next year, and you can pick the one you like the best, and that's what I'll say, when you get in the end zone about 20 times next year. How's that sound?
It sounds great.
Okay, all right. So here are your choices. Are you ready? And if you have one that you've thought of before, because I know when I was a kid and played sports, I used to pretend like I'd hit the winning home run all the time back in the day. So if you've got one that you've always wanted, you let me know too. But here's some of your choices. All right. Take it to the bank. All right. That's one. Bank on it. That's number two. You got 4 choices here. The bank is always open. Right? And another bank's deposit in the end zone. Like any of those?
I like the last one. I like another bank.
All right. Another bank deposit in the end zone. Khalil Banks, everybody. Khalil, man, I appreciate your time today. I had a lot of fun. Thank you for stopping and talking with us on To The Point.
No problem. Thank you guys for having me once again.
All right, buddy. Can't wait to see you on the field next year. Thanks to everybody for joining us for another edition of To The Point.
Because of this, we made Ford Super Duty the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower and best-in-class payload.
Rescue 614 en route.
Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.